What's happening, guys? Welcome back. Today we're working on some fiberglass. Alright, so last episode we got the hood popped off of the mold. Since then I've built kind of a foam exo cage kind of deal on the outside and hot glued that on so that the hood will kind of retain its shape. Very similar to what we did on the cowling. So our job today is we need to go on the inside and start strengthening, laying up a whole bunch of fiberglass on the inside. One of the nice things about fiberglass is it cures chemically, it doesn't dry, it actually like cures. So we can lay up as thick as we want. So we can put like 10 layers of fiberglass on and just kind of get them over with. So I'm gonna cut up a whole bunch of little pieces like this and then start mixing up some resin and coating the inside of these parts. So let's get them laid out and get to work. Alright, that's a good amount of strengthening done on the inside of the cowl and the inside of the hood. I know the battery went dead kind of halfway through I was doing the cowl. I apologize for that, but when you got sticky fingers from all that resin, I can't be changing the battery. Also, I don't move the camera around very much because even though I am using the extra slow hardener, I still only got about, I don't know, maybe 60 minutes to work with the stuff. So it's not the greatest videography, but I'm kind of limited as to what I can do. So we're gonna let those cure. It's gonna take 24 hours, so obviously we can't do any more fiberglassing in this episode. But before we leave, I did want to share a couple little tidbits of knowledge with you guys that I've learned over the last, I've been doing a little bit of fiberglass work on the side, so I've learned a couple things. First thing, if you're cutting your cloth, I I don't know if you guys are ever gonna be able to see this, but the weave in this piece of cloth goes this way and this way. So I cut it on a 45-degree angle, and then it doesn't pull apart on the edges, because if you cut it with the weave, it starts to kind of pull all these little hairs out. And then when you go to actually lay it up, you get all kinds of little stray fingers and stuff, and it doesn't work very well. So if you can, always cut your pieces on a 45-degree angle, and then they won't pull apart near as easy. The other big thing that I learned is when you're doing this, when you go to mix up your first batch of epoxy, it's probably not going to be enough for what you're going to do. So mix multiple small batches rather than one big one, because once you mix it, it starts to cure immediately. So you only got about 60 minutes to work with it. So what I do is I line up like 3 cups and there's a 5 on this one. I put 5 pumps of the resin into that and then just set it aside. I don't put any hardener in it, so that it's ready to go. When I run out of epoxy, I can just grab that cup, add 5 pumps of hardener, give it a stir, and then I start my pot life over again. That's a big thing. It helps out a lot. What else do I have? Cut a whole bunch of pieces of fiberglass and just have them sitting ready to go. Like little kind of patch pieces that you can stuff in corners and stuff. That's a big one. And then also have a squeegee. So I use just a chunk of foam, so then I can just throw it out afterwards. But it works really good for squeegeeing out the excess resin and kind of moving it around and making sure that you wet out all your parts evenly. Yeah, so that's my 3 pieces of advice for if you're gonna do this at home. I'm gonna let those cure, and that's all that we can do today. So check back next week. Hopefully we're doing something else next week, because just laying fiberglass is gonna get pretty boring for you guys. So we might move on to the roll cage even. I have all the parts for it. We just need to start doing some fabrication. So we'll see you guys next week. We'll work on something cool. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. Go tell your friends. I think we're at 99 subscribers, which is huge for me. So thank you very much to everybody who has subscribed. And yeah, we'll see you next week. I'm out of here.